Welcome to our Rolemaster Actual play session. Twilight of the Old Order is a campaign set in the world of Duyranaki, the continent of men. In this gritty, cutthroat world, politics, religion, and commerce are all intertwined and reign supreme. Characters need to be both smart and ruthless to survive. We hope you enjoy our story, and, as always, may the dice roll in your favor. This is episode 179 of Twilight of the Old Order. The Twilight Party, after recouping and recovering, have decided to seek out their foe, the leadership of the Committee for the New Age. We rejoin the tale with our heroes in a desperate fight, having just caught a fleeting glimpse of their arch-nemesis, Torvash Pipallis, vanishing into a smoky passageway. Hello, I'm Chris, alternatively known on this channel and in this game as GM Chance, and it is my great pleasure to welcome you to the tale that we're telling tonight. The story that we're telling, its name is up on screen, as you can see. Twilight of the Order is the title of our game. What is it exactly? Well, it's a tabletop role-playing game. The system that we use, the game system that we use, is an older game, a very old game, dating all the way back to the early 1980s. Its name is Rolemaster, considered by some to be quite a crunchy game system. Lots of charts, lots of tables. Personally, I love it, and have been playing it pretty much exclusively since the 1980s. For every good yarn, for every good tale, you need a villain, but you also, of course, critically need heroes. And these are our heroes up on screen, all 6 of them. And in a second or so, we're going to hand over to the players of those 6 characters, and we have a full quorum with all of us joining us tonight, which is fantastic. And each one of the players are going to introduce the characters that they play in this game. Before we do, my habitual part of the show, absolutely part of the ritual by now, but very sincere thank you, show of appreciation for all of the people that subscribe to this channel, that follow the story, take an interest in our game, take an interest in the characters, take an interest in the story arcs, or perhaps are interested in the rules. Whatever it is, we have a number of people that write in either on YouTube or various parts of various social media platforms, Facebook and the like, with questions, with comments, with encouragement, with suggestions. It is really appreciated, so please keep it coming. We'd love to see some more comments down below. So if you're listening to this or watching this, we do have quite a few people that listen into these recordings as podcasts. We'd really love to get some feedback, particularly in YouTube. What do you think? Do share your thoughts. As I say, we get it in other channels, but the YouTube comments have been a little bit spartan of late, so we'd love to hear some more. What we would say to those that are dabbling perhaps in this channel. You know what it's like on YouTube. You get the algorithm suggests a whole bunch of videos and you bounce around a few. Sometimes you bounce around a few videos from the same people for a while before you click the button. Well, what we'd say to those that maybe have come across us before, or maybe it's your first time to listen to our stories and you're enjoying what you hear, we'd love a second or so from yourself to click the button down below. I think every YouTuber since the beginning of that platform, has always said, but it's true, the more subscribers that we get, the more the algorithm notices, and the more our story is suggested to other people like you, like people that are watching this video, that may find our stories interesting. Thanks very much. Okay. Well and truly enough from me. I spoke for quite a long time this evening. Now to hear from the stars of the show, the people that actually make this game happen. Yes, the referee sets the scene and turns on the lights and does the scenery and stuff, but these people who you're about to hear from next, the players, are genuinely the heroes of the show. These are the people that actually make the action happen, I should say. And tonight, we start off with Pete. Pete, go for it, please.
Thanks, Chris. Kia ora, my name is Pete, and I'm playing Nicholas tonight. The question I'd like to answer for Nicholas, would like Nicholas to answer, is what's the most valuable item your character has lost or had stolen? Yeah, really sort of significant question for him, because having an item stolen from his family was what started him on this adventuring life and made him, enabled him to meet with the rest of the party and has basically landed him here. The item that was stolen was part of, so Nicholas is from the Mara tribes, which is what, when we were in Ras Garrett, we'd call the Blueskins, sort of connected people. And talking of Ras Garrett, someone from around that area, from Kinsale, which is in North Messenia, which is near Dransfield, which is near Ras Garrett, this man called Gildwyn O'Cathan of Kinsale travelled way north to where Nicholas lived and his family, and stole this a very valuable family ring, or a ring that's valuable to Nicholas's family. And as part of this tradition called a werehull, which was it's sort of like a coming of age quest sort of a thing, and Nicholas doesn't believe in that part of his culture. He's a Thracian, not a Blueskin in his head, and in his how he wants to be. He wants to be civilized as he sees it. I mean, he's not, he doesn't condemn his people particularly. He just doesn't particularly value them. It's not particularly what he identifies with. But they've got their traditions, and there's certain meaning. It's meaningful to some people, and it's meaningful to his mother. So his mother expected him to complete the other part of this werehull tradition, which is, so this guy, Gildwyn O'Cathan of Kinsale, came and stole the ring. I don't think he's ever been particularly clear on exactly why the guy from that part of the world came all the way to his part of the world. Perhaps need to dig into that. Perhaps I should have in the past. But Nicholas was then beholden from his mother, expected from his mother to follow him, to chase this man, and as part of this sort of ritual of coming of age sort of thing, it's more than acceptable for him to kill him in retrieving the stolen item. So it's sort of a bit of a game, a competition to prove oneself, and I suppose to represent your clan. Nicholas isn't enthusiastic about it, and has certainly allowed it to all sort of fall by the wayside. I mean, he does think saving the world's perhaps a bit more important than a sort of a bit of a quaint tradition from a backwards people. Anyway, but a very significant thing to have had stolen, because it's set him on this path, basically.
Excellent. Thanks, Pete. And just quickly to jump in, we've been playing this game a long time. In fact, we started in July 2019, offline, and we only started playing online during the pandemic, and only switched the cameras on a couple of years ago. So there are a lot of things that have happened to these characters, like Nicholas, that happened off camera that we haven't recorded. If you are interested in learning more, gentle viewer, gentle listener, there's a video at the very beginning which tells a little bit more about the setting for the story, and there's a document also there's a document link in this description too. But yes, that's how Nicholas met the party, etc., was played previously and off camera. Thanks, Pete. Who would you like to hear from, please?
Can we please hear from Yonton and Giles?
Thanks, Pete. So yeah, I play Yotto. As it says here, he's tall, slender, pretty average-looking grey elf who looks maybe less than average after his face got a bit sliced up. He uses a Nodashius as weapon, and they say a picture paints 1,000 words. And so the question I'm going to answer is, how does your character feel about the concept of redemption for others? And can answer this question by showing us the picture that paints his concept of redemption for others. So he's not very keen on it. It would be fair to say. So the UPP and Torvash Pipallis, he holds directly responsible for the death of his parents. And as this quest has gone on, this notion of redeeming him, which sort of comes from his dire faith, has sort of dwindled into the background as his increased. And so, yes, he's pretty keen on redemption via the sword, and he's happy to let the gods do the redeeming. They're in.
Excellent. That's a great image, Giles. Did you do that yourself, or did you get some assistance?
Well, I was the squishy biological creature who did the squishy biological bits. I would be lying to say I painted it. And it would also, it showed me that using a large language model is not easy, because this took a remarkably long amount of time.
Looks good. Looks good.
So I've got some learning to do when it comes to making them do what you ask them to do. But anyway, yeah, it was fun to see how it works.
That's a good image. I like it.
And with that, I'll hand over to Graham.
Thanks. Playing 2 characters tonight. First team is Severin. What's the most touching or emotional moment your character's experienced? Meeting Mummy again. That was a bit weird, because GM and I had a hugely emotional conversation in public. I said, he was just my mother. It's all a bit weird. But yeah, that was emotional for the character, and quite emotional for me as well. And my mother, if she was listening.
That was a fun. That was a fun session.
It was a peculiar session. And Tenya, follow up. What's the most notable plot twist? Oh yeah, plot twist. Pretty sure she was in this to make some money, and as an adventurer, and she was quite happy doing that. And then suddenly she's got to save the world. You know, that was a bit of a plot twist. Just wanted to make a bit of good old dishonest cash, but someone else had different plans, so it's been put on ice. Can I hear from Stara, please?
There's a picture that goes with mine, but it doesn't straight out. So I'm just for Jada, just answering.
Just going.
Question: what's the most unexpected plot twist your character has encountered? So.
Yeah, just coming. I did download the picture, as I mentioned. I wonder if I downloaded it to the wrong one.
Oh, all right.
Hang on a sec. Hang on. Just give me 1 sec. Sorry, Star. I could have sworn I downloaded it correctly. Let me get back to it. Do it now. It's weird. I'm sure I downloaded it. I was mildly insulted by the image, by the way. Mildly.
All I wrote was Game Master.
Now I really want to see it.
I can show you what I typed. Just Game Master.
I have images of that character Gargamel for some reason.
Oh.
You'll see what I mean in a second. Sorry, I'm sure the... Oh, goodness. Just too many screens on my... There we go. Okay, so that is now saved. Yep, that's now in the right one. And if I go to... No. That one. We'll go to the full screen, actually. So tell us about this. Tell us about this image, please. And do you see my Gargamel reference?
Apparently that's you. I had trouble with this one, so I typed in just like, I just need an archer woman, a healer, and 4 warriors. But it did 3, and one of them had 2 swords. So then I said, no, there's an extra person there. We just need. So I spelled it out more clearly. We just need, just like that, good picture, but 4 warriors. And then there was like 8 and a hand, a random dead hand on the table. So I was like, that always makes me feel ill. So this one, I typed in very specifically each warrior. So one had to have an Udachi, one had to look nervous, one had to look brave. Askel had to look cold. He's frozen there. And the healer had to be very tall. She's kind of tall, and a half elf archer who's now missing her bow. And I don't know why there's 2 of them. I don't know. Anyway, what this is about is, oh my gosh, the biggest plot twist was finding out that for years we've been wondering what this devil's dust is. None of us clicked. It's. Wait, do we know in the game? We do know in the game.
Well,
everyone knows it's gunpowder.
Your characters, of course, had never heard the term gunpowder.
Well, it's in the real world, it's what we would call gunpowder. So my plot twist is actually not that. The biggest plot twist, Chris, is that we, as a team, have spent the last few years building up an immunity to gunpowder.
Funny that.
And we're going to sell our souls for immortality as well. We're going to be vampires.
Funnily enough, one of your former party members was a vampire. That was again before we started recording. But yes,
we need them. Yeah, we need them back.
Excellent. Yeah. Thank you very much, and great effort to you, both you and Giles, putting in some work in there for those images. Definitely a Gargamel. Definitely a Gargamel, don't you reckon, guys? Gargamel from the Smurfs.
Call you from here on in, don't you, Gargamel?
No, GM charts, please.
Oh, that's what GM stands for, Gargamel.
I was thinking more Jack Nicholson, personally, but yeah.
He does look like Jack Nicholson, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Does look like Jack Nicholson.
Both.
Both. Excellent, love it, and mysterious green guy with a sword too. Love that, whatever that is. Marvelous. Thank you very much, Sarah. We have one last character and one last player to hear from tonight. Over to Anthony.
For Askel, it is. What's the most intriguing place your character has explored? We'll call it explored loosely for the first time. Completely against his will, because he did step through into this portal with much encouragement from the GM, and that was it was to go and rescue Jada.
Oh, that's right.
And she was trapped in some location where literally everything was floating in nothing. It was just it had to come out and down. There was things hailing from the ceiling, but there was no ceiling. And there was this tentacle type thing that was causing all sorts of concern inside a dome. But it was just bizarre. That was like looking at the night sky, I guess is the best way Askel would describe it. Being on top of a building, looking at the night sky, but the night sky is also below you and around you and left and right. So, that was a bizarre place.
It was a bizarre place, and that one actually was captured on video. The title of that episode was "Take That, You Bostrod." So if you're
Bostrod, that was it.
If you're interested in checking out that video, it is up online. Excellent. Well met, one and all. Those are the characters that are in play. And my Discord keeps on vanishing. Why does it do that? That's why. Because I was doing that. It should be back now. It is back now. Great. Those are the characters named up on screen, and you'll see down on the left-hand sides. Those are the questions that I send out to the players beforehand, a few days before, just have a bit of a think over. We find that mulling over these questions just helps us get into character a bit more, helps us understand the characters that are in play a bit more. I find it endlessly fascinating. We've been doing this now for a long time, but I always find it interesting. Thanks, guys. Right, we now turn to our scribe, the keeper of the records. Pete, what happened last time?
Thanks, Chris. Yeah, so last time, quite a bit was happening, I think. We were heading our way into the cave. The cave, we're near the Star's Grave, and we're wanting to try and kill Torvash Pipallis, and the Pollock Committee would be lovely. But we were sort of arriving sort of late to the party, which is a great place to be when you're a small party. When we're a small party, there seemed to be some other force that had made it to this cave before us. This is the cave we believe probably goes through to the lookout area where Torvash Pipallis was when he was overlooking the battle that was supposed to happen, that was ended very quickly by Devil's Dust. We'd made our way up the back way to this rope bridge. At the beginning of last episode, we'd just gotten to there. We were looking at the bodies around us, noting that the Turang soldiers were all in uniform. Some of them had the black uniform with the red fist on them, but the other people, their enemies, were a mix of peoples. So we recognised people from the Empire of Thumazil, from the Eastern Empires. I think there might have been Thracians as well, but obviously, so from the Old Order, from the north, from where many of our characters, or several of our characters are from. So it's who we're expecting them to be. The old guy, the other side, basically. We just sort of arrived at the edge of that bridge as we think the last of the other force had gone around the corner out of sight in that cave. We crossed the rope bridge and decided that we've got a party of 6. 3 of us are invisible and 3 are visible. So the visible people were going to we lie down on the ground, pretend to be dead bodies, to be safe in case people come back back down the corridor in the cave or come across the bridge after us. Just while Tanya was scouting, and as she was moving across this entranceway to that tunnel, you can see the tunnel sort of pretty much in the centre there. She did notice near the standing stone right there. Thank you. There was a Turang soldier with a loaded crossbow, still somewhat alive. He was well wounded, leaning up, but training his crossbow on the rest of the cave and on the rope bridge. She communicated that, I think, in a bit of a whisper before she went further into the cave. But Tanya was going up the tunnel to explore. The other 2 invisible people, so that's Yotto and Askell, took one side of the cave each, and they both moved up. And from time to time, the crossbowman would aim at them because he'd hear them. They were invisible, but they were very sensibly froze, and then the other one would move. So it was a really cool, actually, tag team there to try and close a distance and to take this crossbowman out before the 3 visible people were going to move across the cave because they could have been shot. And that's what happened. In an amazing, Yonton did some really good sneaking, I think. And this crossbowman had his crossbow trained on Askell's side of the cave, the left-hand side of the cave, as Yotto worked his way around that rock, stood above him, and just did the most phenomenal attack ever. In game terms, it was 2 100s followed by a 30. It was just a massive attack. The crossbowman was probably already way down on hits and just didn't stand a chance, but it was just crazy. So yeah, Yotto took out the crossbowman in a very spectacular way. So we were then freed up to follow Tanya up the corridor a bit. As she had been creeping up that corridor, she sort of got to a point, and there was a sudden loud noise and sounds of fighting. So this corridor sort of seems to narrow towards the far end, I think, and on the left-hand side, thank you. Still not quite sure what that's. But it just happened once, didn't it?
It did, just once.
Yeah, but then there was fighting. From on the left-hand side of the corridor, there were a set of double doors. So we all decided we'd just go in together, and that's where the fighting was coming from. So Tanya had a wee sneak. Oh, sorry. Oh, yes. Thank you very much. Completely forgot about that one. I meant to say it. Tanya, I believe, and then the rest of the party noticed as Chris had just circled the mouse there on the map. 9 bodies, sort of remarkably distinctive from the rest, as they were all dressed in sort of more formal robes. And I think we recognised them because we'd been looking through the spyglass as they had arrived the previous 2 or 3 sessions ago. We did recognise them as the Pollock Committee, all dead. So the nine, I believe they're the leaders of Turang. all dead. And as we sort of we connected later, they seemed fairly uninjured, apart from, you did mention, Chris, that we did notice small holes. So, devil dust at work, perhaps gunshot wounds, sort of thing. Does bear further investigation because we haven't sort of figured out quite what devil dust is. But there were small holes in them that perhaps seemed to have killed them. But we were quite in a rush, so there they are. There, the nine members of the Polar Committee. We were aware that we wanted to make progress, so we didn't really stop to investigate, and it's a bit of a tricky decision to make, actually, I suppose. Tanya had a peek through the doorway. She's still invisible, and quickly reported back to us that there were two. Seems to be 2 versus 2 in there. And one of the guys on the non-Turang side she recognised as Yonton, who was the head of the other mercenary group we were encountered on Jewel Island, so an ally. He was badly wounded, but the really important thing is that just as she looked in there, she saw Torvash Pipallis leaving up that corridor on the other side of this room. Leaving, two guards behind, facing off with 2 of these 2 people, Yonton and another man. So very interesting. Well, we rush in, basically. Severin, Nicholas and Yotto moved up the front and sort of reconnected with Yonton. He recognised us. He seemed very badly wounded, and as did his colleague. I think they're sort of the X-Man. Yeah, they're a little bit of asleep. And sort of connected, and Yonton sort of basically looked at the 2 Turang guards and said, kill them. Said to us to kill the Turang people. So he got pretty quickly who we were and that we were there to support him, and we were on his side. Askell and Jada sort of held. Askell and Tanya held back. They're both still invisible. Of course, Yotto now had become visible. He killed the crossbowman in the other room. And Jada was going and investigating some of the things on the tables and asked Yonton a really useful question, which was, does he have any information about how we can defeat them? She was, any information about the devil's dust or anything like that. And Yonton replied that they had blown down the door. So I'm assuming perhaps that's what the noise was. Don't know. And that he's got more soldiers outside, which he will that he would want to go and get to help move up the corridor, whatever that means. I think Jada then decided to try and do some healing on him and sort of stop because he's very badly wounded. Yotto, Severin and Nicholas moved up and engaged the 2 soldiers. Unfortunately, Yotto did a bit of a juggling act with his Odashi. Oh, before that, I forgot to say, Tanya shot the one on the right. Very good shot, so she now became visible as well. But yeah, I think it was quite a brutal shot. Severin moved in and chopped that guy. Nicholas, so the other soldier faced off against Yotto, and I think nothing bad came of that, apart from poor Yotto finding the sword. Nicholas came and gave him a bit of a poke with his sword, and surprisingly, it seems to, whack him pretty well. But basically now we've got one guy to face off with who's got a spear, who's, the remaining soldier before we perhaps move up that corridor. Tanya did get a view up the corridor, but I think the rest of us haven't seen what's up there yet. I think that's where we're up to.
Perfect. Nice one, Pete. As per usual, very comprehensive, very good indeed. Probably just one thing to note, there is fresh air and light coming in this corridor, this tunnel, whatever you want to call it here. So it's definitely daylight coming through here. The other thing as well is smoke, and a reasonable amount of smoke. Not quite billowing in, but certainly coming into this chamber that you're in, coming from this direction over here. Every now and then you hear the sounds of the occasional stray shot, distant, and the sound of fighting. Again, very distant, very distant. There was fighting, a lot of fighting in and around here, and you can see in this room here carnage, lots and lots of bodies, both your foes, and if I go back to some of these bodies, people that are not in uniform, some of these people, and then people that are certainly in uniform. And there's a whole mixture. The other thing to note is you've seen up close these strange devices. You, of course, have no idea what they are. Curiously, on them, they have this piece on the side. You can see it there where the mouse is being circled. It looks like that. And it has this strange kind of slow smouldering match. Smouldering matches, of course, to exist. You put oil or something on them to keep them burning. Your characters, of course, have no idea what these objects are. You only saw them an hour or so back, maybe not even that, when you witnessed this incredible confrontation in front of you. Other than that, no real other comments from me as the storyteller. Any questions from anybody? I'm conscious, Giles, you weren't with us last week. I'll maybe just quickly zip through where people are. So Severin has just felled. He was facing straight on, and he has just felled this person here with the axe. This person here has a long weapon. Nicholas has a short weapon. Nicholas, your last action last round, very bravely, was to slip under the full length of his spear. He was keeping you at bay, and you can attack him this round at a -15. He can also attack you with a spear. Shortened spear. He'll pull it up a bit if he wishes to at a -15. Yotto, you're still juggling. You're still juggling your weapon, but you can still parry this round. Tanya, you're invisible. You dropped your bow back here. You've drawn a short sword and you're here. Askell, cutlass drawn and visible, and Jadar speaking to or working with Yonton there. Any questions from anybody else? Anything that's not clear from that?
Yes. Askell should still be invisible?
He is. Sorry, I thought I said that. Yes, he is. Definitely.
Yeah. I think you said it the other way around. You said Tanya's invisible.
Oh, sorry. I meant to say visible. Askell is invisible. There were 3 characters that entered this complex invisible. 2 of them have attacked and are now visible. Askell is invisible.
Cool.
Anything else, folks? All right. Let's see what happens. Let's start the game. Battle sound effects, because we are indeed into rounds. I'm rolling initiative for the first rounds. We'll go on new encounter. Rolling initiative, no changes to initiative. I don't think anybody's got an arrow on the string or a spell waiting. Going once, going twice. Gone. Jada is first to act. You had started doing some first aid, doing some bandaging on Yonton. Jada, bandaging somebody is a full action, so you would need to continue that this round to make that effective.
Okay, done.
That's what you do? Okay, can you please give me a first aid roll?
83.
83, goodness me. First aid is a visible skill. You can see whether or not you are doing the right thing or not. Where is my health and healing? There we go. And it's blood loss that you're trying to stop. He is bleeding. How heavily is he bleeding? Just a second. I just realized I should have done this. He is bleeding Oh, not so badly actually. 2 hits per round. Give me a roll, please. You gave me the roll, which is 80. What was it? 83.
83.
Cool. And what's her first aid?
98.
Goodness me. Absolute success. Your skill as a healer is clearly underestimated. You bandage wounds in record time and make a perfect job. Plus 15 to your next roll, and you did it in only 1 round. Even though it would normally take 2 rounds to bandage an injury, you did it in 1 round. Plus 15 to whatever your roll is next, Jada. Nice work. Good way to start the game. So, Yonton, you obviously haven't spent much time with him. You spoke with him maybe 2 or 3 words several months back on a horrible beach after your friend Keros had just been acid balled. But you do remember him, and he remembers you. He thanks you, and just kind of groans in pain. He's clearly in a bad way. He's taken a couple of quite serious looking wounds. After you've bandaged him, he kind of winces as you finish off your tying up of his injury on his arm, and slumps back down on the boxes with a sigh. It's not in good shape. Yotto, you are next to act. This is your last round of must parry. Things you can do in terms of parrying, just to remind yourself. For this number of rounds, the target may not attack. They may only parry with half their offensive bonus. There are only other actions allowed: a movement and maneuver, both modified by -25. Anything you're doing other than parrying, Yotto?
No.
Okay. Askell is next. Invisible Askell, right here.
Alright, my screen's playing up. Yes, Askell would like to just step back to the right. Not quite to avoid bumping the wall or the table behind him. Yeah, and just he's just gonna basically step back while they're still fighting because there looks to be too many of them.
Okay.
He's concerned about getting hit. Would like to maintain his invisibility.
Okay, sure thing.
He will, on a random off chance, be it 100% parry.
Okay, done. Wow, those did roll well for initiative. Nicholas, you are next to act.
He is going to full parry. If he hasn't needed to use his full parry by the end of the round, he is going to attack.
Okay. Okay. Chappie with the spear. He looks around him. He is outnumbered. He just coming. Okay. Yep. He disengaged for 30% of his action. Disengages, steps back, moves back 10 foot to here, out of reach of both yourself and Nicholas, and Severin, and then he turns on his heels and runs. fast as he can out that door. I won't move his counter now, but he is away. Definitely away. Didn't like those odds very much at all. Tanya.
She'll retrieve her bow,
Okay.
sheath a sword, draw an arrow, and get ready to move.
Okay. It's quite a bit there, so she moves back. So she would...
Or jog back.
Yep. Pick up her... So really helpful if you can. If you have this little handy sheet in front of you, if you can work out your percentages, which is pick up something from the ground, I think is 30%. Yes, it is. Sheathing her sword is 20, so that's 50. So she just begins to start pulling out an arrow by the time she gets back there. But she's got a bow in her hands, her sword's back in its sheath, and she's just beginning to pull out an arrow.
Okay.
Seven. There is a very, very solid thunk, and a crossbow bolt comes. You haven't really even had a chance to kind of look down the corridor yet. You're standing over this guy that you've just slain, perhaps watching the man that's just run away. But you haven't really taken in what's down there. A crossbow bolt with your death on it comes hurtling down and smacks into your massive shield. Stuck firm, not a chance of hitting you. Someone just tried to take your life with a bolt. And Severin, it is your turn next.
Right. He will move off to the side so he can't get hit again. So he's going to retreat just round the corner there. He's going to urge everybody to do the same. And as he retreats, he just wants to look down in the direction of the arrow came from to see what he could see.
Okay.
The bolt.
Yeah, bolt, sure. So, peering around the corner, can you give me a perception roll, please?
$38 plus 80.
Yeah. Peering around the corner, you can see this, and obviously only you can see this, Severin. There is a chunk of stone that goes out, and then further away, across from there, there's a window. See there? And there are figures in behind the window. You're guessing, perhaps, that's where the bolt came from. Certainly in this direction. Obviously, this person is no longer there. They've moved out and around.
Sorry, could you just say that again? There's some bars, did you say?
Try that again. So there's a chunk of rock which goes out here.
Yeah.
There is a gap. It appears to be some kind of drop here.
Yep.
Where there isn't rock. Further over here, there is some kind of glass. And you can see in the glass some kind of massive window. There's one or two figures, hard to make out. One of the reasons it's hard to make out is there's quite a lot of smoke. You can see it kind of billowing out there. You're pretty sure the bolt came from this window.
Right. In his estimation,
Yep.
were the party to line up on either side of that door, would they have cover from that window?
from this window, probably if you were in this part right here, yes, like right here, maybe here, possibly here where you can see the cursor.
Yeah.
If you were to stand right here, room enough for only one person, yes, but you can see that angle, that door opens up and the window has basically a very good view of this corridor, and other than that piece of stone, yes, they would see it. So yes, this door would give partial cover from over here, reasonably good cover from over here, but only one person standing here would be safe.
Okay.
Distance, by the way, something in the realm of 100 foot between you and the window. Thereabouts.
Between us and the door was what, sorry?
Oh, no, between you and the window is about 100 foot. Between you and the door is 47 feet. Nicholas.
So sorry, I don't know if Severin's finished his turn, but Nicholas would like to. He's already been, and his opportunity has fallen through because the guy's run. So can he cancel his action and just change round?
Yes. Yep.
Yep. Cool. He'd like to.
So he sacrifices 10% activity because there's.
Yes.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah. He'd like to do a perception as well, same as Severin, as he is doing exactly the same as Severin, and moving out of the line of fire.
Okay. A little bit awkward. So you'd kind of have to squat down and bend and look, which you can do.
Yep.
Give me a perception roll, please. Can you do that with the action? Squatting down and perceiving and your negative 10. Should be able to.
Careful drop to the ground. Careful drop to the ground is 20%.
Yep.
Perception would be 30, so it's 50 plus 10 is 60. That's
fine. You're fine. Yep, cool.
He's rolled a 35.
Mm-hmm. And what's his perception?
49.
You don't. You see most of that, probably a bit less than 7 actually, but that you don't gain any more information.
Cool, thank you.
And
Sorry, actually, as he pulls back, Nicholas will say, I can create a wood wall on the edge if needed. Well, I can try.
Okay. That is probably your turn, Nicholas, unless you had something crushing else to do.
Nope,
So-
all good.
So just a heads up, Pete, play correctly there. If you move first, you can intercede in a round. Obviously, if you can try to pick a moment when the GM's not narrating something, but you can intercede in a round and change an action for a penalty of 10%. That was Severin and Nicholas. I think that is the end. Yeah, that's all of you guys. End of the round. All of you have acted? Yes, you have. Okay, moving into second round. Rolling initiative. Any changes to initiative that I should be aware of? I don't believe so. Going once, twice. Go on. Jada, not surprisingly, you are first to act as well. You've just done a great job at binding up his wounds. Yonton is no longer bleeding.
Great. I want to ask him. He mentioned he wanted to call his other troops in, so I'm just going to try and ask him if he needs help with that.
What do you say exactly?
Yonton, you said you had other troops to call in. And how are you going to do this? Can I help?
Yes. And he coughs up a bit more blood. He's really not looking great. Yeah, Umli, Hara, some of those boys. they continue down the corridor. They didn't go on that attempt to get across to where those swine are, and he kind of gestures out in the direction of where that smoke's coming. They went down the corridor. Come with me. We'll get out and yell for them. Says, and starts painfully hobbling, kind of leaving droplets of blood as he moves, unsteadily making his way towards the door. What do you do, Staris? Jada.
First of all, I'm just going to make sure I've got. Well, I do have my medallion on my neck. I just want to check that my Bell of Stunning Chimes is right there in my front pouch. Which it usually is.
Yep.
Just letting you know.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I'll go. Wait. Am I going to walk past that thing? Well, I'm going to put my shield onto the right.
What?
Hey, just a question.
Oh, you
when
picked
I'm
up a
holding...
shield. That's right. You picked up a shield.
Yeah, but when I've got the shield in one hand,
Yep.
and I put my quarterstaff away, do I just sort of
You can't put your quarterstaff away. You have to carry it. Quarterstaff's a massive lump of wood.
I can't put it anywhere, so I've got shield in one hand and the quarterstaff in just one hand.
Correct.
I can't actually use it. Oh, okay. So I'll put my shield up so I don't get hit by any arrows. Oh, nervous.
And do what?
Well, first I'll wait till that guy crosses over that. Can you zoom out a little bit?
Yep.
Because we're going right across the crossbow range, aren't we?
No, crossbow range was here.
Oh, and where are we walking to?
We're walking to. Hang on, I'll change my view.
Oh, tap.
Oops. So, not that you're probably aware of it, or you maybe you're aware of it. Severin was shot from a bolt from this direction, from over here, coming in this way.
Yeah.
Yonton is hobbling his way across over to these double doors and has indicated his companions somewhere out here.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't need to walk with him. I'll stay where I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
He makes his way very painfully up to the double doors by himself.
Okay.
Oops. Yep. And goes out by himself into the corridor. And just a sec. Cool. All right. Next. Let me just check something. I'm really sorry, Yotto. But there is another thunk of crop, and I said I was going to be rolling in the open. Here's a flank attack. As Yotto, you were... Now, this is... Severin, you were facing straight on. Actually, no, you were facing that way. Correct? When you fought those two soldiers.
Head on, I think.
Yes,
He's facing
head on.
him.
Yes, he was. As was Severin. That's why Severin got the bolt and shield. Cool. So the good news is, Yotta, you don't get a flank attack on you. You do get !R space D. Whoops. D100. Help if it is in lowercase. D100. Coming at you, heavy crossbow, Yotto. Coming right now into main game chat. This is the attack roll, not the critical roll. 63. It is... no parry. I've got your DB as 19. Yotto, is that right? As far as I know it is.
Yeah.
Okay. This is coming at you, Giles. Same result as last time. It's a D puncture critical. It's a serious puncture. It's a very serious puncture. 17 in a D puncture. Cross your fingers. I am going to roll the critical in the open, as I said I was going to be doing. Exclamation mark R space D 100. 51. It's going to hurt, but it ain't fatal. Yotto, you're standing there, you've just stopped. You've been juggling your sword for the last 20 seconds. You've just stopped juggling the sword. Phew! You can finally do something else. When suddenly this bolt comes tearing across from directly in front of you and hits you in the chest. Hits you for 5 hits. You take 3 hits per round, so you're bleeding at 3 hits per round. And unfortunately, you fight at -15. You must parry next round, which is this round for you. So the same state, unfortunately, as before. You must parry next round, and I'll read out, or just, do I have it here in front of you? Must parry for this number of rounds. The target may not attack. They may only parry with half their offensive bonus. The only other actions allowed are movement and maneuver, both modified by -25. So 5 hits, you're bleeding at 3 hits a round, and you're at -15. Wallop. Haskell, you've stepped back wisely because both Nicholas and Severin have come up next to you. What is your turn? What do you do?
Eskel would, noting he's just seen Yotto cop it, Severin Shields cop it, and everyone's sort of stepping back. Eskel would just like to say to Nicholas and Severin in front of him, just that I'm behind you, and I'm going to let them know I'm going to move around to peer around the corner just behind Severin as well. He doesn't want to go fully out because he's mindful that Yotto's just been hit, so a stray bolt could cop Eskel
Okay.
by accident as well.
So it's moving to here. So at the moment, the moment you have Severin peering around the corner, then you've got Nicholas down the bottom peering around the corner. It's getting kind of cramped. Asker would have to go back a bit to do so, but he can do so if he wishes. But he would need to be informing Yotto where he is.
Chris, Severin was only looking before he took cover, so he's not. Yeah.
He's not continuing to peer. All right, so there is enough room. There is enough room, Asker, for you to get up and have a look around. Give me a roll, please.
Uh, 34 plus 37.
Yeah, much the same as Nicholas. There's smoke outside, movements, just make out movements at that window, but not a lot more. Definitely some people, a number of people over here. Are you remaining with Sorry, go Askell.
I was going to say, if he's got any action left, then he'll just repeat, just say, "Oh, can't see anything, just can see smoke. I'm still in front of you, Severin."
Cool. So you are keeping eyes on this tunnel, archway, whatever you want to call it. Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
Severin reply.
Sure. Yep. 3 words.
Check it out? Question mark.
Okay.
Will do.
Okay.
Next round.
Yotto, you have just been hit in the chest with a crossbow bolt.
He's got 50% of his movement, hasn't he?
No. As read out, you've got 75% of his movement.
Like he's going to head left, looking down the corridor to get into cover.
So, this way?
Yep.
Okay. Yep, you get over there, no problem at all.
Okay, how much of his movement has he got left? How much of his movement did that use? So how far has he gone?
Okay. So that was 17 feet.
Okay, just 1 second. Okay, he's going to use 30% of his movement to peer into the little cavey bit he's run into.
Okay. So around here, yep, give me a roll, please.
It's slightly harder than you think, so I don't have to set up anywhere here. $49.
Plus,
Oh, not bad. Hang on just 1 second, sorry.
it's alright, I take the time.
65.
65, sure. Yeah, it appears pretty much as you can see it. Open, dryish cave, there's a torch flickering in the corner, in a brazier tacked into the wall. No other exits or entries that you can see. From what you can make out and from what you saw, there's this big chunk of rock here, and it looks like it can come around this way.
Jolly good. He's going to use the rest of his 50% action to sheathe his Nodashi and take out his longbow.
Okay. Done. Done. That's his action. Nicholas.
Chris, do I now -3, or is it from
No,
next round I -3
No,
as well?
it is from this round.
He's taken 18 plus further 5 plus a further 3, is that correct?
I've got him on 64.
Yeah, I've got him on 65, but
Yep, close
it's
enough.
slightly more.
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
Nicholas, what are you doing?
Nicholas will prepare,
Okay.
and he will say with the remaining, what's the plan? Do we need a wood?
Okay. Seven.
Yeah. Okay. He's just gonna keep speaking and saying, "Okay, what? Any plans? How are we gonna get over that bridge without being fired on? I've got a single deflections spell I could potentially cast that only would protect me, and there's quite a lot of distance to cover." And he would just remain where he is until we figure out a plan.
Okay, cool.
Did Nicholas respond to that if he had any action left?
He probably had a bit. Yep.
Yeah. So he'd say, I can put a wood wall on just outside the door between us. Oh, sorry, on the edge of the fall between us and the window.
Oh, on the bridge.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be brilliant.
Okay.
Okay. Next up is Tanya. Thank you.
Okay. Did she notice that you can get around the edge and around the side of that rock? Well, I'll tell you what. How about that little convenient little V shape there on the rock pinnacle? Yeah, there. Could she move to there? And what would she have left?
It's 27 feet. You tell me.
She can move 60, so she'd have. If she walked, it would be 50%. Yeah, just trying to remind myself what. Just remind myself what a quick attack is.
Quick attack with a longbow is 90%.
Oh, 90%. I didn't manage to load last time.
No, you did quite a lot last time. You were just beginning to take out your arrow.
Okay, well she'll crouch then, or not crouch. She'll not be in view, but she'll be by that V. Her plan would be to finish her load this round, and then lean out and try and take a pot shot, and then lean back next round.
Done. Okay.
She will. She is, however, aware that someone is invisible, so she's got 3 words. Askel, where you?
Okay. Okay, done. And good role playing. Thank you. Because the player knows where Askel is, but she don't. Excellent. Askel, I'm happy for a word or so if you wanted to tell Tanya where you are.
Yep, Askel will just say, just in front of Sev.
Does she have anything left?
Sure, a word or so.
If you move, tell me.
Okay, done. That is the end of the round. Rolling initiative. No one has a weapon readied yet. Initiative is off. Askel, you're first to act.
Right, Askel would give Tanya a thumbs up to what she last said. But then realise...
thumbs up, eh?
Yeah.
I'll look for that.
Then say to Sev and to Tanya, to anyone that can hear, said, but basically, I'm going to move across to the left-hand side of the corridor, and I'll start stalking, creeping down. Askel would like to also hunch down as he goes across, and stalking, creeping. I assume there's a lot of background noise. I'd be.
You can hear it. Wind. There's no fighting immediately around you. The sound effects that you're hearing now are now infamous battle music. Every now and then, in the distance, there might be a shot or a scream or a whack of weapons. There is the sound of wind. You can hear. That's probably about accurate. There's not a lot of noise around you, but there is some. Okay.
Yeah, it's just more like with he'll do his stalk.
You tell me.
Just carefully crouching down across, so doing a stalk hide.
Okay. Give me a stalk, please.
Across to the left-hand side.
Give me a stalk.
I got a 74.
Roll.
Oh gosh, I'll lose it. Plus 17.
17. You think you're reasonably... how far can you... What's half of your basement?
30.
30. So you could get up to, if you wish to, you could stalk up to by that torch. So far, you've successfully crossed that corridor and you're currently here. Nothing's happened.
Okay. Esker would just like to say, safely on the left-hand side, hugging the wall, back to the group.
Okay.
And he'll hold there for now.
All right, sure.
Oh, sorry. Do you have much left?
Yeah, plenty. Yeah, he barely moved. Yeah, barely moved.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So the terrain gets a bit crunchy in front of him?
No, that's just simply the image. No, it's stone. It's stone.
Okay. Right, sorry. I thought it was...
A bit squishy. There's quite a lot of blood and bits of body parts, and it's been quite a horrible... And a number of these people are burnt, Askell notices.
Okay. In that case... That's why he held there, was I thought it was crunchy ground. He will go as far along as he can.
Okay, gets to about there. Nothing happens.
Yep. And while he's there, he's happy to just kneel down.
Okay, that's a chunk of... That'll have to be next round, because that's a chunk of your action.
Okay.
Now, kneeling down's 20%. Okay, done. Yonton heads out into the corridor, and you can see him, Jade, he's kind of leaning on the door, and he just bellows out, "Hara! Hara! Mika! Mika! Yono! Yono!" It's kind of bellowing down this way. It's his turn. You see, Jada, that really almost took it out of him. Like, he kind of staggers. He's really not in great shape. He has stopped bleeding, however, courtesy of your ministrations. Jada, it is your turn next.
Oh, Yonton. Anyway, I'd like to look in those boxes again. Like,
Sure.
open one
Yeah, sure.
carefully.
Yep.
Maybe using that sword there. Oh, maybe they're just open.
Yeah, some are, yeah. Yep.
Can I pick one to open?
Sure, tell me.
Or, wine.
Mm-hmm.
That big chest on next to the sword, please.
Oh, here.
No, yeah, that one. Yeah, looks fancy.
Mm. 1 second.
Oh no, that's never good.
Okay, what do you do? You're at the chest. You're just opening it?
Yeah, just opening it, having a
Look inside, sure thing.
yeah, seeing if it does open. See if it does open.
Yeah, it does open. Yep, yeah, it does. Definitely opens.
Ooh, what's inside?
What's inside?
How many things can I open on my turn? I wonder.
I could probably do, I don't know. Have a look at that list. List of actions, I would say... Couple?
What does that come under?
And
What's in the box?
what's in the box? Yeah, sure. Alright, so first thing you see opening up the chest is a small leather-bound book. It's got a quill and ink next to it. There's also, like, sitting on top of it, like it's quite deliberately placed there, is a golden signet ring with a peculiar emblem. It looks almost like a key on it. There's some incense in there, you see, and some clothing as well. Red clothing, from what you can make out. Looks like some pants, shirt, a couple of other things.
Alright, we'll put that ring in my pocket.
Okay, great, done.
Can you see on the... Yep,
Actually,
over there on the right.
Sorry, probably by the time you... Yeah, alright. I mean, if you're just literally coming up to it, seeing if it opens and opens, I guess you can open two. Yeah, I guess that. Yep, fair enough. Not checking. Yep, what else are you checking?
Over to the right a little bit there. Yep, on top of the second table is a chest. Yes.
Okay.
Give that one a go.
Yep, sure. That one is full of cutlery, silver cutlery by the looks of it. Knives, forks, spoons, serving spoons.
Okay, that'll do.
Next is Yonton.
I'm going to cast an instantaneous spell.
Okay. Give me a roll. Just actually, could you just hold that for one tick? Just while you do that. Yep, when you're ready, please give me a roll.
17.
17. That Yonton is a failure.
I'm going to try again.
Well, hang on, first, give me a spell failure roll, please.
97.
97. Roll again, please.
80.
Ouch. What kind of spell was it?
Oh.
Yep. Yeah, that's... Thank you.
Healing spell.
It's a what, sorry? Healing.
Healing spell.
181.
He's dead if he's lost 181 hit points. Lay it on me, bro.
Well, I did say that if you're dead, you're dead. You're not dead. However, caster internalizes spell.
That's what I wanted to do.
Takes 8 takes 8 hits and is knocked down and this is the bit. Funny, this might sound familiar to you, Nicholas, and is unable to function for 1 hour. Fair to say, things are reaching a crescendo in this game, and I think it would be unfair, not unfair, because that's actually what the dice said, but I think it wouldn't be fun, and this game is about fun, if a character was knocked out for 1 hour. That's kind of the peak moment of a 6-year-long campaign.
Cool.
So, what group decision here? Yonton needs to have a penalty. It needs to be there needs to be some kind of imposition on Yonton. I think it's not going to be much fun for Giles' character to sit out for the next hour.
He's going to die in 4.5 minutes, Chris. He's losing 3 hit points a round.
Yep.
So,
So, what collect group think? What's a? Do we say that Yonton is out of action for 12 rounds? 6 rounds? 6 rounds.
Yeah, 6 rounds.
A minute.
Public shaming.
Public shaming. Yep.
He's a drooling mess in the corner.
Gray's knee.
Yep. I would prefer, at this stage in the game, to keep your character in-game, Giles. So, I'm going to...
That's a nice call.
Yep, I'm going to take off the 8 hits that Yotto just took. So 61 minus 8 is 53. And say for, not that your character knows this, but for 6 rounds, 1 minute, Yotto is incapable of action. And he is knocked out. So Yotto has collapsed on the ground.
Thanks.
Gracious.
Yes. Gracious Master. That's what GM stands for. Spell failure. Had that been that was a non-aggressive spell. Had it been a attack spell, caster internalizes spell, takes 30 hits, suffers nerve damage and brain. Unfortunate Fool loses all spellcasting ability for 1 week and must operate at 50% of normal for 3 months, or until nerves are repaired, whichever period is shorter. Spells be dangerous. Wham! Yotto collapses on the ground and basically makes beep, 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 beep noises as Nicholas did. Humpher. Severin, your next to act. You've just seen Yotto collapse.
He's going to call for Jada. Suggest call that she goes round the rock, long way around the back of the rock, and tell her just say that Yotto has collapsed. And say to Pete, let us know how you get on with the wall, and we'll get ready to move. Pete? Did I say Pete? I meant Nicholas. Sorry, I'm getting the two of you confused. You're so similar.
Oh.
No, I don't think I meant that actually. No.
I'm not sure about that.
No, fair enough. No, that's I just remembered what Nicholas is about. No, I don't think like we got similar voices.
Anything else you're doing there, Severin?
Just sort of waiting for obviously he's keen to get going on down the passage. Just sort of sounds like Nicholas has got a plan, and so he's just going to hold. I guess he's going to communicate with the party, saying, "Oh, he's seen that Yotto's down." So I guess that's the first thing to deal with.
Okay, sure. Nicholas, you are next.
I didn't actually say Nicholas pulled back from the corridor, from his peering around the corridor, but he would like to.
Yep.
Just never know when a stray bolt can do that sort of thing. He will say to Severin, so he's going to continue to prepare, so he's only got 10%, so he'll say, preparing.
Yep.
We'll attempt a wall, should we wait for Yonton's friends. Cannon fodder friends. No.
Maybe.
Wait for Yonton's friends.
I reckon. How long will the wall last? They may as well cast the wall anyway, though, right? We might be able to move up.
Take wall can be. Why am I speaking like that? I'm trying to minimize my words.
Me Tarzan, you.
Yeah. I think the wall should go up as we're ready to attack. For surprise, if possible, to coordinate, and I think that's about 10% personally. Yeah.
Okay. That is about 10%. Tanya is next to it.
So, I'd like to sort of in that V shape.
Yep.
she'd like to sort of duck out and is the angle right so that she could duck out?
Yes, she could. Yes, she could go out this side.
That side. She couldn't go down the V. I was just thinking that was a convenient
No, that's okay. You'll be shooting Askell.
Fair enough. But I'll not do that. That'll be unpopular.
Yep.
So sure, she'll do a sort of nudge out, quick fire and back if there's a target.
If there's right, so you will need. You can see down you can see down there at the moment that it is quite hard to see. So.
Do I need my eyeglass?
You will need no, but you will need a perception roll to see if you can see a target. Now the thing is though, you moved up. She moved up and crouched and loaded the bow last round. Got it. So you so you can do a perception roll and then fire this round. Go for it.
Perception. 70 plus 85.
70. Yep. So she peers around and she sees not much of people. Perhaps these people are being sensible and keeping into cover, but she does see two people kind of peering out a little bit. So there's a head and shoulders shot. There will be a pretty hefty negative on it because they are mostly in cover. But yes, there are two people doing much the same as you, kind of peering down there looking for a target.
What the hell?
Okay, sure. You see one. I'll give you a bit more information on each. I was going to put it into your chat, but I'm not going to. One of these people looks like that.
Oh.
One of these people looks like that. You can't really see, but you can see one of them definitely has one of those long things, holding one of those long things. And this guy here has a crossbow. They're either side of the window. Equal chance on each. I would say there is a very hefty, call it just.
I could get a 1 in a 10,000 dice roll. So I might as well have a crack.
Yeah. So for each, there's a penalty of negative 65. They're largely undercover.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll have a crack.
Okay. Do you have a preference between one or the other?
Bang bang stick.
Bang bang stick. Sure. 1 second. Let's find out his number. Cool. All right. Tenya, wind up. Give it a shot.
And she's going to duck back, obviously.
Of course. Meryl.
64.
64. She has a negative 10 penalty, of course. 64. Sorry.
She's got a plus 10 anyway.
Yep. So grand total for her bonus.
So she's got the plus 10 to her next attack. And then on top of that, she's got 121.
Okay. So she doesn't have that negative 10 penalty. Goodness. Even with... This guy should have been a lot more cautious. Because, I said... I was probably a bit generous with... no, I wasn't generous enough with how much he's sticking out. He's foolishly sticking out quite a bit of his body. And even with a negative 65 on that shot... range... Slightly over... Oh, it is a bit over 100 foot, actually. Let me just... Yes, it is definitely... Let's just check the distance. Yeah, 123, so it is definitely over 100 foot. So less than 100 foot, 0. You do get negative 30 because of the distance. You do, however, amazingly, do 3 and an A puncture. Was going to be a D, but you do an A. Make it count, Tanya.
Come on, Tanya. $72.
72, it's a good roll. He foolishly actually had part of his leg exposed. Silly man. You hear a scream, a distant scream, and yeah, you think that was a good, meaty, solid strike. He's not in good shape.
Any hits or not?
No additional hits. Hang on. Just a second.
If she has some words.
Yep.
How many words is bang bang stick?
3. Sorry. 1 word.
All right. 2. Bang bang stick crossbow.
Okay. Done. Nice shooting. Very nice shooting, Tanya. A critical, but it still counted. Wallop. That was the right one. Yes, it was. Nice shooting. And that is the end of the round. Oh, hang on. Is it? No. That is the end of the round. Rolling initiative. Any changes to initiative I need to be aware of? Nope. Okay. We're off. Yonton yells again, and this time where is he? He gets out a whistle and starts blowing a whistle. Relatively feeble, but certainly making some noise. And it cuts over the sound of the wind. Askell, you're next. You got a...
All right.
No, sorry. Go for it.
Yeah, Askell would like to stalk forward.
Okay.
Hugging the left-hand side. So pretty much to the point of where, the doorway starts. So that it should give him a bit of extra coverage to squish up next to.
Yeah, give me a roll.
Got a 25 plus 17.
You don't think you're particularly quiet, Askell. Like you're moving down here, and you're making a bit of noise. You're standing on a bit of. Then again, is anybody necessarily going to hear you? There's no one immediately in your vicinity. You don't think you're particularly quiet. You get up to. Oh no! Why is it Askell's figure that I seem to have the most trouble with? There he is.
So he appears to be the nondescript token.
He does. There we go. So nervous about moving him. There we go. He's up at the doorway.
He's happy. How far did he move?
That would be his full. I think that's his full movements. 30 foot.
Okay.
If we go from the doorway to there, pretty sure that was
About the light.
It's not measuring it accurately, but I'm pretty sure that's about halfway. It was halfway. That was halfway. Calling that halfway. He's probably got a little bit more movement if he wanted to. Probably another 5 or so foot.
It was more. He was just gonna poke his head around to look. I guess he would have still seen that. Is that still an alive character? That's the one that ran away, wasn't it?
Sorry, yeah, that guy is well and truly gone. I just didn't want to move his counter too much. There we go. So he's out of the field of vision. What you do see, Askell, is a hole of nothing. a long, long, long way away and very, very far down is the ground. Whatever this bridge or the structure is, it's a long way down. You can peer out a little bit more, and yeah, you can just make out Askell peering around the side. The remains of a burning door there, window there, and another window there. And yes, a very, very, very long way down here. It's about your information, and of course, Askell knows that. No one else does. Jada. Hello, Jada.
Yep. Oh, look at poor Yotto. Oh, he's lying down. I'm gonna go help him. Wait. Not walking in front of that crossbow area. I'll go around behind the rock.
Okay. So there is a gap here where you need to, where there isn't cover. It's only a short, very short distance.
Got my shield though.
Yeah, you dance across it, nothing happens. Like you're very fast, and you make your way around. What is that distance? Probably get to about, say, for argument's sake, you get to Yotto or close on him. You will early next round.
Okay.
Took the long way around. Okay. Next. Nicholas.
He will continue to prep. Thank you. And if he needs to respond to any conversations, he will do that with the remaining 10% for this round. Thank you.
7.
He's aware Askell's gone up, so he's waiting for sort of intel to come back. He's just saying, keep communicating, people. How's Yotto, Jada? What can you see? What can you see, Tanya? Just trying to keep the conversation going.
Okay, cool. To be fair, Jada hasn't quite reached Yotto yet. Yep. Okay. Tanya.
Rinse and repeat, I think.
Okay.
She'll wait to the end of the round, though, I think, in case they try and fire.
All right. So, so rinse and repeat is you firing 90. That's a 90% action. So you'll only be able to. So just to be warned.
Oh, okay.
You'll only have a 10% perception to try to spot something.
Right. I'll wait for the next round then.
Okay.
And I'll load up for next time.
Done.
I think if she's able to do something else this round, she might kind of waggle something that isn't fleshy, and just see if it attracts a bolt or a bang bang stick.
Okay. Sure. Done. Done. She waggles. There's no reaction. Next. That is the end of that round. Rolling initiative. Tenny, you will have your bow. You do have your bow loaded. Do you? Yes,
Yep.
you do, because you loaded it. Yep. So you do get plus 50 because you have a readied weapon. And so point. Okay. Tanya, you are first to act. What do you do?
Yeah, she'll she'll lean out and she'll fire again.
Okay, with a perception to find a target. Give me a roll.
Yeah.
Unmasked. Unmasked roll.
Oh. 22
20,
plus 85.
22 plus 85. Look, hard to be sure. Definitely one target has gone. There's no longer two people there. It's really hard to see. You could make another attempt, but I'd put because of your not quite sure what you're firing at, I'd give you another negative 10 on top of that. So that would be 65 for mostly obscured person, plus 30 for the range, plus 15. It'd be a negative 110 if you shot.
Not ideal. No. I'll try again next time.
Okay.
She ducks back.
Okay, done. Jada, you have come around to poor Yotto.
Okay. How much time does he have left? Do I have time to prepare? I don't want a spell failure. But I don't want him to die while I'm preparing.
Well,
Don't know.
you don't know. Yep.
Okay, I'll do diagnosis. No, I'll prepare.
Okay. Okay.
At least one.
Cool. Done. Jada is preparing. Next. Yonton is still out in the passageway whistling. Haskell, you're next to act.
Haskell would like to do a stealthy perception around the left door. So he would be wanting to, I guess, look to straight ahead where they've seen a crossbow come from, but mainly he's looking at the left, whatever's across that bridge.
So he's stepping out and peering around this door. Is that right?
I don't think he'd step out, but it would be...
Oh no. Damn it.
Yeah, like that. So he's invisible the entire time. Yeah, like, sort of like as you would semi-hug against the pillar and the door to make yourself as flat as... I know he's invisible, but it just so he can see further down that main... Look to the right, but mainly he really wants to look down the bridge.
Okay,
Yep.
so you are aware of this. Actually...
Yep.
Yeah, look, just a little bit of mystery. Can everybody please jump into chat room 1, and I'm going to show Anthony a bit of stuff. Hopefully it won't be too long. Thanks, guys. Hello, Giles.
He said back in 10.
Back at 10. Okay, cool.
Yeah, that was about 2 minutes ago.
Okay, cool. So, Haskell, you peer out. This chap here has moved. Is the counter going to... No, I don't think it's going to move him in. So he's not there, he is inside, and there aren't necessarily people standing exactly there. You see the following. Firstly, there is call it a bridge, certainly a chunk of stone. And if we zoom in, distance is
A lot.
it's a bit down a lot, definitely down a lot, but the distance across the bridge is something like something like 40 or so foot, 42 or so feet. In terms of Askel's view, down a lot, absolutely, and you can just make out hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of feet down that camp that you saw. And in fact, down in this direction, over in this direction, is where you came. And the same on this side. It's a very, very, very long way down. The width of this bridge, chunk of stone is a better description. It is just stone. It's pretty damn narrow, Askel. It's 12 foot. 12 foot. Only 12 foot. What you can see is a set of double doors. They're burning. And you can see there smoke coming off them. The flames aren't intense. Most of the fire has already done its work, and the doors are mostly just blackened. There would be, you would say, minimal risk of going through there. You might get a little bit singed, but you're highly unlikely to get like burnt to death or anything like that. The fire is largely out, and it's blackened all the way around to here. Looks like some massive fire has smashed these doors in. Inside, hard to make out the numbers, but you see at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and sure enough, at the back, you do make out, I'm not going to ask for a perception roll for this, a familiar face. This chap here. There are people over here as well, leaning out the sides of this window. There's another window here. It's quite obscured by smoke. You can see a little bit. Oh, yep, something like that. And there's the same there. I'm not asking for perception rolls because you are simply just looking out at the stage. And it is a relatively short, 40 or 50 foot away. Any questions with what you see? And then, just a chunk of rock. What appears as though whatever this is has been carved out of a chunk of rock, and there's a wooden, a stone roof on it, I guess you'd say. Yeah. Any questions with what you see?
Is the bridge walkway, like there's some dead bodies, is there a lot of like body debris? Is it quite slick, like with blood?
There is blood on it. Yeah, there is blood on it. It might be slippery.
Yep. Okay. No, I think that's all I need. Cool. Yeah, and Askel would carefully stealth back around behind the door.
Okay, done. He used minuscule amounts of his turn. What does he do with the remainder of his round?
Yeah, he would like to stealth back, hugging the wall again. Same way out as he went in.
All he gets to about there. Great. Thank you. Please go and, if you wouldn't mind, please go and grab the others. But please don't spoil any surprises.
Okay.
Thank you. Alrighty. Hello. Alright, next to act is... Severin.
Just saying, okay, waiting on intel from Yotto. Has Jada reached... not Yotto, Astromascal. Is Jada reached...
Yotto, yes.
Yeah. How's he looking, Jada?
She started preparing last round. She didn't...
Okay, I won't interrupt her then.
Yeah, didn't do a diagnostic.
Okay, well, he may as well just... He's got nothing else to do while we wait. He'll just go and rifle through all those boxes in case of something useful. Question. When we cave into the cave entrance and ran down the corridor and ran across this room,
Yep.
did we notice anybody with wall shields?
Give me a dice roll, please.
95.
95. Yeah, you did.
Well, roll again.
Yeah. No, don't
Brilliant.
roll again. But yes, yeah, you
Oh.
did. You saw not a lot. There would be 2 or 3.
Can you go and get them? Where were they?
They were back in. Oops.
Dun, 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 dun. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, he will go back.
Okay.
Can he carry 2?
No, they're pretty heavy and pretty cumbersome. You can carry 1.
I need a friend. Who's not busy? Jade is busy. Yotto's busy. Askel's busy. Nicholas is busy. Tanya then. Pete, are you okay? Sorry. God, this is terrible, isn't it? Nicholas, are you okay keeping an eye out? I'm going to go and pick up some wall shields with Tanya.
Okay. Nervously. So an eye out, peeping out down the corridor a couple of times. Yeah.
Okay.
And how thick are wall shields?
Some inches, an inch or so, I guess.
Yeah, okay, so yeah.
Top of my head, I don't know, but yep.
Would they stop a bang bang stick, do we think?
Maybe. You don't know what a bang bang stick is. You've never seen one
Well.
before.
I have, just from a distance.
Very yeah. They seem to tear through metal and armor pretty significantly.
It's not good, is it?
So Tanya and Severin head off.
May as well, nothing else to do.
Okay. I'm not going to move your characters out of the cave. But as you come out, you see Yonton, and you are very happy to see 4 figures making their way cautiously down towards Yonton.
Okay. Well, he'll stop and talk to Yonton and send Tanya on ahead
Okay.
and say, and give him an explanation of what he has seen, saying, we just sent a man visible down to find out what's down the corridor through the entranceway, but from what we can see, there's a bridge over a big gap with bang bang sticks and crossbow men on the other side, waiting for a full intel. Shall we? I'm just going to get some wall shields. I'll come back in a minute. Just want to chat through what plan.
Good, but you need to you need to hurry. We one of our mages, powerful mage, that man, he points to a lifeless body here, was able to cast some incantation, massive incantation, brought down a chunk of the rock wall which sealed off the main entranceway up the stone stairs into this place. The forces outside can't easily get in now. They can't get through that stone, not right now. But they will be trying to find a way around. We don't have long, so whatever you do, hurry.
Okay, I'll meet you back by the boxes in very shortly.
Okay.
And by that time, our man should be back to give us a full explanation.
Okay. So as Severin, as you and Tanya's in front of you, head back down to collect the wall shields. You're seeing these 4 figures coming down down towards you. Very good. And that's the end of the rounds. Yotto, you'll be pleased to know you've got 3 more rounds of inactivity. The next round, rolling for initiative. Done. Tanya, you did have initiative with 50%, but gone, of course. You're off doing that. Jada, you've prepared now 1 round. What are you doing, please?
Yeah, let's go for it. Healing 5.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll.
Yep, please.
79, thank goodness.
79, the spell goes off. What happens?
Oh. Wonderful. So, healing 5. It says heals 5 to 50 hits.
Okay.
How do I know 5 to 50? Sorry, roll again, eh?
Make a dice roll, and you need to roll between 5 to 50. So probably 5d10.
Exclamation mark.
5d10.
5d10. 31.
31. Yotto, you are feeling dramatically better.
Phew.
It's 31. You're now on 75 hits. You notice he is still bleeding, Jada.
Okay.
Is Yotto back?
No, not yet.
No.
Not yet.
Sorry. I mean, is Giles back?
Oh, is Giles back? He's off mute. Yes, he is. Cool. So Yotto is now on 75 hits. That was 25%, 75% action. Jada, what are you doing for the remainder 25?
I'll just let people know what I'm doing, what I've done.
Cool. Haskell.
He would like to continue his stealthy stalk along that left-hand wall, as far as he can, and then once he can come around the corner, he'll just come around to safety. He will probably say a few words to Yotto and just
Yotto's out of it, by the way.
He'll just say, "What up, G?"
Yotto's going beep, 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 on the ground. Yeah, exactly, Charles. For 30 more seconds, I'm afraid.
Yep.
So to... sorry, yes.
Yeah.
So to move this tail on a bit, rather than going round by round, I'm going to go through to get Yotto back in the land of the living. Yotto, you're still bleeding 3 hits per round. Yonton's not. I should have taken it off. Can I just go around each character and tell me for the next 40 seconds or so, which is enough time for Yotto to have acted around, what are your plans? Severin, for the next 40 seconds, what are you planning on doing?
Returning the shields, speaking to the guys who're showing up, trying to find out if they think the shields will protect us from bang bang sticks.
Yep.
And talking to Askell when he gets back.
Okay, cool. Excellent. And Tanya?
Come back with a shield.
Yep.
Or retake a position where she was, trying to find a target again.
Yep.
And hit it.
Great. Jada. Hello, Stara.
Oh, sorry. Healing Yotto.
Okay. Well, yeah. What do you do? Yep.
First
Healing.
aid. Diagnostic. First aid.
Sorry, I missed that. You're healing Yotto and you're doing...
With diagnostics and first aid, so I can find the stop the bleeding.
Okay. I mean, probably the one thing with diagnostics is with first aid, it's pretty obvious if someone is bleeding. You don't need to
Okay.
do diagnostics, but you can always do it if you think there's something else wrong with it. Go for it.
The first aid.
First aid, okay. Give me a roll, please.
Now. Alright. Oh, I get a plus 15 as well for my next roll.
Yeah, you do. Give me a roll, please.
It's past. 77.
Uh-huh. 77 plus.
First aid is, I think it's 98.
Cool.
Yeah.
And then plus 15.
Mm.
Okay. So that's the same result. Absolute success. Your skill as a hero is clearly underestimated. You're bandaging wounds in record time and make a perfect job. The wound will not reopen. It doesn't actually say that, but that's what it does. Plus 15 to your next roll, and it only takes a round to do that. It doesn't actually say he's bleeding from the spell damage, but I'm going to say he is, or he was. You are now, Yotto, helpfully healed. There were a couple of rounds, however, that Jadar was delayed in preparing. So you're on I've got you on 66 hits, Yotto, and you're at negative 25. You took negative 15 from the bolt in the shoulder. I'm going to say that's probably some muscle damage.
Sorry,
Yot-
so what do you have? How many hit points, Chris?
I've got him on 66 and at negative 25 due to so 10 of that was he's cold. He's feeling odd, and then negative 15 at muscle damage from the crossbow bolt. 66 hits and negative 15 to the crossbow bolt. Yotto, you're now back. You're now able to operate. What you do, say, etc.
Thank Jada, obviously, and ask her if there's any way she can help me with the muscle tear that I have. That's impairing me.
Yep. So give it a go.
What does that mean? I'll give it a go. I mean, what is she doing?
Looking at muscle repair.
Either this could be a spell I'll suggest to Jada, or she could suture me up, presumably, couldn't you, Chris?
Could do.
First aid? Or she could bandage me up using her
Yeah,
first
she
aid?
could do. Yep.
So I might suggest... Sorry,
Right,
Chris.
should we just bandage you up for now?
I think that sounds like a wise plan.
Okay. So you can attempt to reduce the penalty with second aid, which is give me a roll, please. So this is first aid.
That's the 15. 24 plus the 15 for my next roll, and 98.
Okay. Now this is must.
Oh.
It could be good.
Is it? Hang on, would it be? Maybe the first aid shouldn't have been. Anyway, I need to decide that. Yeah. What was the roll? Let's make a note. 20.
It was 24.
Yep. Okay. Yep. Roll again,
Right.
please. Roll again.
95.
Okay. And what's her skill in first aid?
98.
Okay.
And then 15. I have to get 15.
Yep,
Unless it's bad,
Sure.
then don't add it.
Okay. Living penalties and general aid. Okay, let's go with that one. If the wound you are treating has a penalty of 15 or less, you're able to lower it by 5. Otherwise, you only create some temporary comfort for your patients. So it is 15 or less. So that penalty goes down to, instead of being negative 15, goes down to being negative 10. Yonton, you're at negative 20.
I will thank Jada again.
Okay, so everything you do is going to be negative 20. You do. Let's move on to Askel, please.
Yes, Askel would like to begin constructing a full-scale model of what he saw across the bridge.
Okay.
He would like to just let them, Jada and Yonton, know he's still invisible. He'll move around.
Assume you collect up with the rest of the party. Everybody's back, and
Okay, cool.
people are reassembling.
Yeah, he would like to do just draw like a mud map on the dirt on the ground to highlight the bridge, and if everyone's ready, so it's about 40 foot across the bridge. The bridge itself is quite narrow. It's only about 12 feet. There is some bodies on there, blood, so it could be slippery. The structure itself, as we probably suspected, there's one central door which is open and smouldering, so we would be able to get through that without catching on fire. Either side of that main door is an archway left and right, I should say. One to the right was where someone was attacking from, but there was also on the left hand side another one, and it looked like there was someone standing there with one of those bang bang sticks as well. And then as far as I could see inside the room, there was potentially 4 to 5 individuals, and one was definitely our prime target. He is there, and it's a very, very long drop either side of the bridge.
How many
so
with?
Could be no escape.
Right, go on.
Yeah, that's it.
Cool.
How many with missile weapons?
I'll before Askel answers that, I'll just finish up with asking Pete if there's anything that Nicholas was doing over this 4 or 5 round or so period. What do you, Pete?
He would want to maintain his preparation.
Yep.
He'd let the newcomers know about he can attempt to put a wood wall up on the right hand side of the bridge, so we can go up this corridor without being fired on if it's useful, he'll phrase it carefully, or they just storm it with their wall shields. He's made
or you cast it across the door or across the bridge even, so that we can get as far up as we can, and then you drop the wall. Do you know what I mean?
Do you mean across the bridge, extending out over the empty space?
Yeah, so it's balanced in the middle.
Can't do it. It's got to be on a solid surface.
Even if it's in the 12 feet in the middle?
That's the description of the spell is, I believe, it creates a wall of wood up to it must rest on a solid surface.
It would be though, wouldn't it? If you cast it in the middle.
That's GM call. Yep.
Yeah.
Hang on a sec. GM's doing other things right for the moment. So have a chat amongst yourselves for a sec.
Anyway, just putting it out there, because if you could cast it so it still provides cover from the 2 archways, so like just maybe in, I don't know, if you do a calculation on that in terms of how far down the bridge.
So it might be 20 foot down the bridge because it extends 20 foot out.
Yeah, so that might cut the angle out, and then we could at least assemble behind that wall.
Yeah.
And then drop the wall. And in the meantime, we need really something to take those archers out, don't we, really? I mean, Tanya can keep firing, I guess.
Yep.
In the meantime, Severin could also fire with his bow. So could Yotto. I suppose it's something we could think about. Yeah, it's not ideal, is it? It's a bit of a cave storming situation, isn't it?
So Yotto could fire a firebolt, which he could directed magic here. I mean, he could just kill himself again. He seems to be particularly good at doing that. But
What's he like with directed spells?
that's right. That will cover the distance. So his directed spells are not bad. I mean, if this spell goes off, his directed spells are like 88.
Okay, well that's good.
His firebolt mastery is like 114.
Well, once we get that wall up, that's consider, right?
Yeah, I mean, basically, he gets to fire that twice, and then he'll be out of hit points. So he'd want to prep and fire, and obviously, if he can fire it at Torvash Pipallis, he can use something as fear modifier, which, if it works, can do considerable damage.
I think the priority's got to be getting across that bridge without dying. Potentially four people with missile weapons on us. Would that be right, Askell?
So I counted, I could see one on the left had a bang stick, the one on the right hand archway was a crossbow. Couldn't see if the person Tanya had hit was still there, but I assume they've just retreated in. So I only saw 3, but unsure on how many further in the room had missile weapons.
You couldn't see what they're armed with, or?
Okay, right.
Is that sorry?
So, Torvash's mates are coming to break into that room to get him out, aren't they? We have a limited amount of time.
So you couldn't tell what the people were in the room were armed with. You couldn't see.
No, just that way, dressed dashingly.
I mean, I think the other thing we could do is you could make Yotto invisible, and he could go and try and attack Severin invisible, and he could go and attack Torvash. I mean, it's a bit of a suicide mission. My job.
I think anybody who's been made invisible and going to go closer in needs to be able to stalk. There's no point otherwise. I mean, we could make Tanya invisible, and she could get closer and take a shot.
Yep. So Yotto's stalking height is 51. How dangerous is Tanya?
Her stalk is about 159.
So she's going to get there. Then how much damage can she do when she arrives?
Well, I think she'd get within bow range. She wouldn't walk up and tap him on the shoulder.
But she could walk up and stick a sword between us.
Potentially get to the doorway and stay there, and as the wall comes down, she could take a shot.
So I'd say she probably could, from that doorway Askell got to, she could probably reach him.
So that's a potential. She creeps across ahead of the wall. Again, pretty risky, but she's a pretty good stalker.
Askell did it.
Get to the archway doorway at the far end. Remain there. Aim a shot. Wait for you guys to drop the wall. And when you drop the wall, she fires as all hell breaks loose. Just a thought. Or maybe we line this whole. Maybe we line this whole thing up for next time. I don't know, but
Yep.
What was the
that want to do the same thing? He's pretty keen on killing him.
What was Yonton's?
Just coming.
Mate.
Just coming. That's what I'm sorting out in the background. Okay, so just on that. Cool, that worked. So, exact positioning of people. Maybe not quite. So, that activity's taken place. You've had your discussions. You've healed Yotto as much as you can, etc. 4 people plus Yonton are back in the room. The 4 of them look like as follows. This person here, sword and shield here, club and shield here. You recognize this guy. He's introduced to you as Hara. You actually saw him on Jewel Island, and you also saw this guy on Jewel Island as well. He is introduced to you as Hara is this chap. This one here is Yono. This chap here with the crossbow is Mika. And then lastly, Umli is this guy here, armed with blades and what else did he have? A falchion. GM is going to head out and get another drink. Give you guys a chance to have a discussion about what you may want to do. These people here no more. Go. Perfect. It's not exactly placement. There you go. GM will be back in a sec.
I wonder if that Umli guy was the guy who did the running up and jumping and throwing stuff over the wall in the Bat Cave in Jewel Island. You know, there's one guy who did some really cool, tricky sort of thing, threw knives or something. I wonder. Anyway,
I reckon whether we need to line this up for next time and really plan it.
Yep.
Because we've got a lot of people with missile weapons. But it just feels like we all need to be absolutely coordinated in terms of what we all plan to do. And I think the wall's a good idea. I think the visibility is a good idea. And I think if all those people with missile weapons were able to soften the people on the windows before we do it, that would be good, right?
So what you're wanting is you're wanting a wall sideways across the bridge, if we can do that covers us from. Sorry. What do you mean?
Well, I mean, if it can be done, what about putting it just parallel with at 90 degrees to the bridge, so it actually is straight on to the bridge. So you put it part way across the bridge, so it's sort of balanced in the middle, and we come up and all go behind it.
Yep.
Having all these softened up their missile people a bit, hopefully.
I don't know how Nicholas will get there to cast that, though. I mean, he can drop his prep, but how do we get up the hallway with the crossbowman?
How far can he cast?
It's got a range of 50 foot, so I think he's sort of stretching it at the moment. I thought it was 50 foot to the...
Okay.
Well, we could form a wall of shields, and we could walk up using that.
Yep.
Presumably, the closer we get, the more likely we are to get blasted.
There's some tables.
Wall, and then when it comes down, they're just going to get us. I'm not sure how.
Yeah, agree.
That's cool. What cover? Where was there a place by the arch on our side of it that afforded cover from both sides?
Not really, because you just had the big double door frame, so the doors are partially out, so you really had limited. The left hand side probably had the best cover. If you were to go to the right hand side,
What about
just the angle, I think would be a bit more exposed on the right hand side.
There's that bench seat thing. Couldn't we hold that up? And that pile of tables is like lots of planks and there's a bench seat.
I wonder if you're right, Graham. If what we need to do is we will need to get the word out, Chris, to have a chit chat about this at some other point. Which is what we'd do. You know, if this was the real situation, we'd be stopping and working out what the hell we're going to do, right?
We also I think in the meantime, it'd be good to know what our new companions can do. They may have some magic we don't know about.
Yep.
Should we talk to them and then call it a night?
Yeah, I think we just maybe in the first instance just compare notes in terms of what we have, some ideas, get their ideas, and then maybe next time come up with a fiendish plan where there isn't another storm of the cave mouth.
Yeah.
Indeed.
I think like Sarah said, they may have been getting ready to construct some sort of thing out of tables and chairs, and
Yep.
there is lumber there.
See it? Go on. Well, Wonton owes me a favor, so maybe he can go down the corridor.
I
Alrighty.
think we don't want to do a suicide mission. That's for certain, you know.
Is it Wonton or Yonton?
Yon.
Wonton.
Yon.
Wonton.
So you've arrived. You've been greeted by these four. They look bloodied and not injured, but they look like they've certainly been fighting. They're wiping this, even though it's cold. They're wiping the sweat and the blood off their faces. They look very surprised to see, particularly these two who you had seen months back on that horrible day back on Jewel Island. They look surprised to see you. Yonton just says, we've got to get these bastards. Got to get them.
So everyone's going to give a rough rundown of our party, what they can do, and a few ideas that we've got. So the ones we've been talking about, casting a wall partial way down, sneaking invisible up to the arch, trying to get a shot at Torvash, using archers to soften their missile people before we make a run, potentially casting a wall across and then letting it drop and running across, use of those shields that we've collected. I guess after some information then about the bang bang sticks and whether those shields would actually provide some protection. Any ideas they've got, any abilities they've got that would help us, but I guess just a share of what we've got and what they've got.
This man here, everybody's conversing in South Tongue. This man here, Umli, says, how you create wall?
We'll explain.
Magic, not good. My magic, minimum, small.
Yeah, magic sometimes good, sometimes not.
So I use magic. Usually I fly. I also use light from my hand, lightning from my hand, bang. But here, no work. Sometimes work, sometimes no work. It's not
That's
good.
the problem.
It's not good.
Imagine your magical ability was divided into points. How many points do you think you have?
Hey? Micah says I'm not a bad shot. I mean, I'm not amazing with this thing. He holds up his bow, but Yonton says, bollocks, he's a good shot. He can take out a sparrow's eye at 100 feet. He's good. And these two here, he indicates to both Hara, who you remember being quite brave trying to get into that cave mouth, and Yono. They can handle themselves in a fight. They're good boys. I wish I could help you myself, says Yonton, but how did you get here, by the way?
A long story. If we live, we'll talk about it.
Yeah, good point. Good point. We don't have long. We brought down. I told you before. We brought down part of the mountainside. There is no way they can get through that rock. No way. But if there's some back way in here, and there must be some kind of back way in, they will be coming up here. How long will it take them to get here?
Well, if they know about it, which they probably do, not a great deal of time, no.
We have to move. We have to move now. What's your
We
plan?
do. To be continued.
You want to leave it there?
Well, I don't know what everyone else thinks, but I think this. I don't want another cave mouth episode. I think we need to plan it.
I agree. I think that's a good idea.
We've run it an hour.
I can only nearly die so many times in one session.
I don't believe it. For the second time ever, Twilight of the Old Order, the players are actually asking to call it early to do some plotting.
Where you're ahead.
I think we know what happened last time. We tried the cave mouth, and this is not looking good in terms of closing that distance. So I think we need a lot of what ifs and plan C's, plan D's.
And can I say, I think the leniency shown because of Yonton not being out for an hour. This is it, and it would be so gutting that if we did a faulty plan and we'd just be kicking ourselves at this point in this game. It would just it would be so frustrating if we screwed it up through lack of thinking.
Sure.
It's gonna require a lot of coordination on everyone's part, I think.
And it sort of reflects reality, Chris, right?
What's that?
This reflects reality. I don't think they go chat.
Yeah, hey, no pressure from the GM. If you guys want to call it there, call it there. Call it there and spend the next 20 minutes off camera speaking about it if you wish. The GM can exit stage left, and I'll show you what you guys can see.
Can we look at Askell's sketching?
Askell could make a sketch and he can give it to you, sure.
I would. I'll make a full-scale model.
Yeah. Actually, hang
this
on.
is like the mother of all doors we're about to approach.
Hang on a sec. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to take that off. I'm going to go back to this. And then just put that back on so it's a little bit more. There we go.
There's the spider thing, and it was spitting acid out as well, and it's falling up upside down on the wall.
One thing, Chris.
A sec. I'm just going to roll credits. So I'm rolling credits, and that worked. Didn't shut us down. That's great. And then hang on. Yes, Graham. Yep.
All being well and magic working.
Yep.
Will you permit a wall to go across the bridge so that it's resting on the bridge, but its edges are off the bridge?
What's the definition of the spell, please?
It says wood wall creates a wall of wood up to 10 foot, 20 foot by 2 foot. It must rest on a solid surface. It can be burned through 50 hits for a 2 foot radius hole, or chopped through in 20 man rounds, or toppled if one end is not against a wall.
Must be put on a solid surface.
Must rest on a solid surface.
Sure. So this, putting it on this, you're calling it a bridge. It's actually made from stone. Is a solid surface. Yeah, it's a solid surface. It can be toppled because, and it is quite windy out there. So
right,
it can be toppled by the breeze. You can hear the wind. There is nothing you're attaching it to, so it could be toppled with relative ease. But if the definition is must rest on a solid surface, this is a solid. One more time, please. The definition.
Yep. Creates a wall of wood up to the dimensions. It must rest on a solid surface.
And?
It can be burned through, or chopped through, or toppled if one end is not against a wall.
Okay. So it can definitely be toppled, but it would, pardon the pun, but yes, there's nothing in that to say that it wouldn't be able to be put on that very narrow stretch of stone. And that is it, guys. I'm going to click off the record button.